This is the BYD ATTO 3, one of the newest darlings of Singapore, and it was refreshed for the 2024 model year. So let's take a look to see what's new. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of all our future uploads. Visitors to our sunny island may mistake the BYD ATTO 3 as the national vehicle of Singapore. Such has been the voracious appetite with which our local drivers have lapped up this electric SUV, and it's not hard to see why, because the ATTO 3 has always been big on features and not so big on price. It also looks pretty good with a distinctive front end thanks to BYD's dragon face design philosophy. Check it out, these LED headlights, these are in the wing feather dragon shape, and they still look pretty good. So one of the changes that BYD have made to the model year 24 ATTO 3 is this new body color, Cosmos Black, which I think looks quite nice. It's a single tone, full black that runs throughout the entire car, and it gives the ATTO 3 a very nice, sleek, and I think quite elegant look. Now you also get on the ATTO 3 NFC keycard entry. So on the other door mirror, there's a little spot where you can tap an NFC keycard for keyless entry to your car and to start the engine. And then you can also, of course, have keyless entry for your doors. Now, as we come to the back, you can see these 18-inch rims, aerodynamic sports rims that come as standard and also the only option, but they do look quite nice and they come wrapped in Continental tyres, much better than the Batman tyres we used to see on the original ATTO 3. So now here we are at the back, which does look better than it used to, chief of which is because they've removed the full "Build Your Dreams" slogan on the back and now replaced it with just BYD. And then you also have, of course, your rear LED light bar, which is very nice, as well as your electric tailgate, which will whir open to reveal 440 litres of boot space, which is enough for me to climb in and sit quite comfortably. But if I wanted to bring a friend, I could lower down the rear seats to get up to 1,340 litres of cargo capacity. So here we are, rear seats of the ATTO 3, and it's a very comfortable rear cabin. First up, space. I've got lots of knee room. I've got lots of wiggle room thanks to the fully flat floor. I've got plenty of headroom. And then the seats themselves are upholstered in vegan leather and they are quite comfortable. I can't really tell the difference, honestly, between this and normal leather, but they are very comfortable. If I wanted to have child seats, I could put them on either side thanks to ISOFIX points. I have my center seat or center armrest with cup holders if there's nobody sitting there. And then, of course, I can enjoy my own aircon vents as well as a USB Type-A port and a Type-C USB charging port. So I can plug my devices in while I sit back here and enjoy the view out of my panoramic sunroof. Now up front, we still have the music and sports inspired interior of the ATTO 3. So I have my guitar strings on the door cards, I have my dumbbell rack inspired air vents in the middle, as well as a very nicely laid out interior. So for starters, here in front of me I've got my multifunction steering wheel with physical buttons, which is very nice to see. Behind that I have my digital gauge cluster. And then here in the middle, of course, we have one of the biggest changes BYD has made to the model year 24 ATTO 3, which is the super-sized center infotainment screen, which is, of course, still rotatable. Now this is up to 15.6 inches now. This is a TV in the middle of your car, and I mean, it shows all of your information very nicely indeed. Now one of the big complaints I had from last year is that you had to go back to the home screen every time you wanted to adjust your aircon controls. So they've also updated that, and now there is a permanent bit on the UI where the aircon controls always are. Thank you very much, BYD. I really appreciate that. And elsewhere, I really didn't have any complaints about the rest of the interior because I still have my lovely hearse-looking gear lever. I've got my start-stop button, all of my car controls down here in physical button form, 2 cup holders, wireless charging pad, and a very, very deep center console storage. So all that's left to do now is to get out on the road and see how the model year 24 ATTO 3 drives. So for the 2024 model year, BYD has completely done away with the COE Category B version of the ATTO 3, leaving only this, the 100 kilowatt output Cat A COE version of the ATTO 3 as the only available option. Cat B COE duties will likely instead fall to the incoming Sea Lion 7. The drivetrain itself remains the same though as the MY23 Cat A ATTO 3, meaning this has a single electric motor mated to a 60.5 kilowatt hour battery to produce 100 kilowatts of output, about 134 horsepower, and 310 newton meters of torque. That's actually quite a torquey number. However, of course, being a Cat A vehicle, outright acceleration is really more of a suggestion, clearly evidenced by the ATTO 3's 10.1 second 0 to 100 time. However, 310 newton meters of torque really is quite a healthy amount. So once you do get up and going, the ATTO 3 is still energetic enough to merge into gaps in traffic with a little bit of extra throttle prodding. Now, the ATTO 3's decently sized battery pack also allows it to get an official 565 km of range in city driving. Now, by my estimates, that's a bit optimistic. I've averaged about 14 kilowatt hours per 100 km, which equates to about 430 kilometers of range on a full charge. Although your consumption figure will probably be a bit better because I have a slightly heavy right foot. Now, although recharging speeds might also not be the fastest in the market at 88 kilowatts, but 88 kilowatts of fast charging speed is still quick enough to get this from 20 to 80% in 35 minutes and from 0 to 100 in just over an hour on a DC fast charger. I've also seen several posts from various ATTO 3 owners who've made road trips up to Thailand and even beyond, and they've had no issues, so I don't think you'll have any issues either. However, just because the ATTO 3 might now be a little bit down on power, it still has all of the features that made the ATTO 3 so popular in the first place. The full suite of driver assistance and safety systems come as standard, which means you get useful features like adaptive cruise control with lane keep assist, collision warnings, blind spot monitoring, and the 360-degree camera for no extra cost. And our BYD is also, of course, immensely proud of the fact that the ATTO 3 has a 5-star Euro NCAP safety rating, which is, I'm sure, very important for a lot of the consumers that buy the ATTO 3, and they're so proud they have a sticker right here. Now, of course, owners will also get lots of other features like wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, 31 color ambient lighting, vehicle to load function so you can plug in household devices while on the move, and of course, the ever enjoyable built-in karaoke system. While this might not be the biggest refresh we've ever seen, the ATTO 3 was already a well put together product with little left for the consumer to want. So even though this might not be a super exciting new car or a long awaited midlife refresh, the changes to the ATTO 3 keep it up to date with not just its competitors, but with BYD's own new cars. As always, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.